What's going on, everyone? Kirk here from MotoGear TV. Thank you guys for tuning in once again. And as you guys can see, today we're going to be completing our final audio upgrade for the BMW M2 by installing the Bavsound Stage 1 speaker setup. It's going to be a pretty easy, simple project. I'm going to take you guys step by step through the entire process and then give you guys my final review of the entire audio upgrade. So stay tuned, guys. Let's get started. Alright, so as you guys can see, I have the main components of the Stage 1 speaker upgrade pretty much laid out. I did do a full run through of all of these components in our unboxing video. If you guys haven't seen that, be sure to check it out in the link in the description. But just to give you guys just a quick review of what we have, the kit is intended to replace all the speakers inside the interior of the car. Now, as you guys would have seen from our previous install videos, we did already go ahead and install the Ghost underseat subwoofer as well as the Revnant Pro amp. Now, these made a real significant improvement in the overall audio quality in the car. Normally that would have been the second and third step, but I honestly wanted to see what it would sound like with those systems attached to the stock speakers. Now, going a step further, including the Stage 1 speaker upgrade, I think this is going to give me the final additional punch that I was looking for. Now, just to quickly go over the speakers we'll be swapping out today, we have 3 sets of mid-range speakers. This is going to be a pair for the front door, 1 set for the center channel. This is going to be located on the top of the dashboard, and also a pair for the rear shelf. This is going to be located in the back of the car. In addition to that, we also have a pair of front tweeters. This is going to be going inside the door, a center channel tweeter, and also a pair of rear shelf tweeters. Now again, the installation on this is going to be pretty straightforward. Everything is plug and play, as you guys should know with Bavsound products. The only real tedious aspect of this is pulling down the door cards, which I'm going to go over very quickly just so you guys have an idea. But honestly, it's a very straightforward process. Nothing really complicated to it, so I think we should get started and show you guys how it's done. Now, as usual, we're going to be installing everything with our Bavsound toolkit. Now, this is very essential in the installation process. It's going to give you all the tools necessary to complete a nice, easy installation with some additional hardware that you guys can always use for any other install you may be doing on your car. Alright, so we've arrived at the first step of our install process, and that's going to be to remove the front door card. Now, to do so, it's going to be held in by 5 T20 screws. There's going to be 2 on the base of the door card, 2 in the handle, and then 1 behind the door pull. Now, to start off, we're going to have to remove some of the plastic trim pieces. I'm going to start with the door pull first. You can use the plastic trim tool provided by Bavsound to do so. Pick up the speed, yeah. I just want you to read my lips when they calling you. Next up, we're going to go ahead and remove this plastic trim cover. To do so, we're going to use the trim tool. Now, there's a couple clips surrounding it on the outside and then 2 in the middle. Very important to note, just to make sure you don't break anything, is when you get to the last piece, which is at the base, you're going to have to pull outward and downwards. With our door card safely removed, there are a few connectors you're going to have to remove before taking the door card off completely. I think there's about 1, 2, 3, 4 in total. First one is going to be for the door pull. Now, to do so, you're going to have to just pull it back and out, put it to the side. There's going to be a connector at the top for the ambient light. It's going to pull down and out like so. Next one is going to be right here. This one is for the window switch. So I decided to make an executive decision and not remove the connector for the window switch, simply because I don't want to break it, and honestly everything is pretty much within reach for me to do the removal of the speakers. So we're just going to continue the process from here. But again, if you guys can do it yourselves to make it easier, go ahead and do so. But for us, we're just going to go ahead with the install. Now your door speaker is held in by 3 T20 bolts. You also have to remove the stock tweeter as well. To do so, it's going to be pretty easy. But first, let's get this removed. Alright, next up we're going to remove the tweeter housing. To do so, it's actually held in by some clips on the side. I'm going to have to slide it up to get it taken off. Okay. Now it's held in by these 2 plastic clips. You're just going to have to separate the foam, pop the tweeter out. So next up in the process, we're going to have to peel back some of this insulated foam. And the reason why we're doing that is because when we insert the new speaker, we're going to have some space to route the wire. Now after you've peeled back this foam backing, you're going to grab your speaker. You're going to notice that there's a small piece of insulated foam on the front. You're going to go ahead and move it to the back. And before you go ahead and mount the speaker into the door, you're going to use the supplied foam that comes with the kit. And then you're basically just going to mount it to the front of the speaker, and this is basically going to create an extra layer of insulation so there's no additional vibration from the speaker. Okay, now once that's all snug, I'm gonna go ahead and route your wire inside. Go ahead and make sure the speaker is nice and snug against the door. You're going to pull your wires through the little opening that I showed you, and then you're going to go ahead and start to bolt everything up. Routed like so, and you're gonna have enough clearance to put this to the side. Snap it back into place on the same mounting tabs. I'm gonna go ahead and reinsert our tweeter cover. To do so, you're gonna have to make sure that this section lines up with right here. Slides down all the way. And lastly, we're just going to go ahead and connect everything up. Black connectors to black connectors. This is for the tweeter, and then blue connector to your green connector. Now at this point, you can go ahead and reassemble the door card, but just before you do that, you want to make sure you at least test the audio just to make sure that it's playing properly. Alright, audio is good, so we're going to go ahead and snap everything back into place. Now inserting back the door latch, you're going to want to make sure that the door pull is pushed all the way back in. Snap it into place. Put this, make sure this connector is in.
Ryan Little.
Alright, now with the front and rear speakers installed and ready to go, the last thing on our list is going to be our mid-range dashboard speaker. Now this is going to be just the same as the front and rear speaker. It's a 4-inch mid-range speaker. It's going to be located right in the center of the dashboard. Again, similar setup as all Bavsound products. Everything is plug and play. And in addition to that, because we do have the Harman Kardon system, it is going to have an additional tweeter in the top. So we're going to go ahead and swap these out and give you guys the final sound test. Alright, now really quick before we go ahead and finish up the dashboard speaker, I just wanted to note that this speaker in particular is going to require an additional harness which is included inside the kit. Just as a reference, if you guys would notice, it does only come with one connector, whereas the stock one has 2 connectors. Don't worry, nothing's missing. You just have to plug this in and then you'll be all set. Alright, and just like that guys, the Bavsound Stage 1 speaker upgrade is finally complete. Again, really pleased with how easy everything was to get installed. And once again, big shout out to Bavsound for making quality products. We didn't have any fitment issues, everything basically fit into place as it should. And most importantly, I am very happy to know that everything is finally installed. We have all 3 stages of Bavsound products ready to go in the car. And I think right now we're going to do the final audio test to see how all 3 components match up together. Now just to give you guys a quick recap, we have the Stage 1 speaker upgrade kit, the Bavsound Revnant Pro amp, and also the Bavsound Underseat Ghost subwoofer. And I really think all 3 components are going to give us the ultimate trifecta. Now I'm going to jump in the car, see how the audio sounds, and then give you guys a quick comparison of what it sounded like before and after. Alright, here goes nothing. Alright, so you guys got a quick little taste of what all three components sound like paired together. Honestly, I'm really impressed with how the overall sound quality is. The bass is nice and deep. The mids and highs are very crisp and sharp. I'm really impressed with the overall sound quality in the front of the car. I will take a listen in the back seat just to get a quick comparison. But honestly, if I had to compare it to the Harman Kardon system, it's a very big difference. It's very noticeable, especially if you listen to it back to back. For me as a driver, I value good quality audio, especially while driving. I think it enhances the overall driving experience. And for those times when you're commuting on the highway, around town, it's good to have some good speakers in your car. I know I've said this a million times, but I really believe this enhances the overall driving experience in the car. Again, Bavsound, you did a really great job making some really great products. The Stage 1 speaker, the Revnant Pro amp, and under-seat subwoofer, I think ties everything in perfectly. And I would recommend it to anybody looking to upgrade their audio system in their BMWs. Now, for those of you who are interested in other Bavsound products, I do have individual videos of each component just so you guys can see what the main differences are, and I did a review on each of them. Again, this is the final component, and I hope everybody enjoyed the journey in the audio process so far. This was just one of those non-performance mods I really had to have, and I think it worked out nicely. Anyways guys, I hope you all enjoyed today's install. I hope you all enjoyed the Bavsound journey with me just far. And big shout out to Bavsound, big ups to everybody and the team over there. If you guys are interested in any of their products, be sure to look in the description. I'll leave links for everything, the speakers, the subwoofer, and also the Pro amp. And as usual, if you guys have any questions, feel free to leave some comments down below. It helps us grow the channel, it helps us to engage with you guys as well, and we're always looking for ways that we can improve our content. But until then guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this quick little install and review. Make sure you stay tuned for more geared up content. If you haven't as yet, feel free to like, share, and subscribe. It helps to grow our small channel. See you guys on the next one, and until then, we gone.